be asking you guys a question today. Have you ever bench pressed a whale? Have you ever bench pressed the amount of weight, the same amount of weight that the whale was? Welcome to the new episode of the Eva Eckert podcast, episode number 11. I will be asking you guys a question today. Have you ever bench pressed a whale? Have you ever bench pressed the amount of weight, the same amount of weight that the whale was? And today's episode, you're going to find out more, so stay tuned. So for those of you who are coming to the show for the first time, I'm a Polish immigrant with a big, hard, strong accent, kick-ass husband, and 2 beautiful kids. American entrepreneur sharing an incredible mission to inspire women around the world to take action towards their dreams, passions, and desires. So finally, their life become meaningful and fulfilled. I believe that the badass superhero of unique purpose is within all of you, all of us, and we should share it with the world so the world becomes a better place. This show will help you finally discover the power of self-belief and self-discipline so you can stop making excuses and create the life you truly desire and deserve by being the upgraded version of you. So welcome to the show, guys. And I am always starting the show with a gratitude. What am I grateful for? I know, but what are you grateful for? Every single day you should take a few minutes to write down the gratitude. And we just recently went through a 24-hour challenge. My family went through 24-hour challenge, and this challenge was actually called the Bench Press the Whale. And this is what I'm going to be talking about. So I am super grateful for my family to participate in this challenge, for all the people, all of you who donated to the challenge, who participate in person in the challenge, who participate via Zoom with us on the challenge, and who, for those of you who actually did this challenge at home and some other training centers. So this was incredible. So thank you guys again for showing up and doing it. I'm thankful for my grit, for the fact that I actually stayed up for 24 hours straight without any sleep, and I did this challenge. And I'm going to tell you exactly how much weight we pressed, how much weight we lifted. I mean, it's been incredible. So our family has been doing these challenges for quite some time. It started a few years ago, and we've done 24-hour bike riding, 24-hour push-up, 24-hour. Actually, we've done this challenge before, but not even we were close to this amount of weight that we lifted. Did you know that actually the world record of the whale is almost 419,000 pounds? 419,000 pounds. It was discovered years ago, and the length was 110 feet and 17 inches, if I remember it correctly. But maybe there is another world record as we speak right now. For those of you who will be watching this video, and maybe people will be watching this years later, this might be another record. We don't know, right? So today I wanted to talk to you about the lessons that I took upon, the lessons that I've learned, because each challenge brings lessons. Not only that, each day brings us lessons, right? The struggles that we're facing, but also the successes, the victories. There are hidden secrets, hidden treasures in those lessons. And sometimes they are very hard for us. Sometimes they're very painful. Sometimes we regret certain things, but they are all lessons. And we need to take a good time. We're going to take a valuable time to really think of them and reflect on them. So lesson number 1 with the 24 crazy challenge that my family has done it. And first of all, why we did that challenge? we picked an amazing charity it's called Dream Mission Foundation, and we were raising money to donate to this challenge. And we always pick not challenge to this foundation. We always pick different foundations, and we always pick different things to be challenged about, and that's how we go about it. I think the challenge itself, for 24 hours straight, you think about it, you're staying up, you're doing all these crazy things. Sometimes you're doing push-ups, sometimes you're riding a bike, sometimes we even were thinking 24-hour reading, 24-hour meditation. I mean, all kinds of crazy challenges that came to our mind. But the last one was the bench press the whale, right? Can we press the amount of whale that weighs as a family? So lesson number 1, always start with goal in mind. This is not only about this challenge. This is about anything. Like, if you want to lose weight, do you have a goal in mind? That should be a clear goal, something achievable. When we had the training centers, we would always ask people about this big goal that they have. Some people needed to lose 100 pounds. And I would tell them, don't be afraid to say this big goal. And then we can cut this goal into small chunks. And this is how you need to do as well. If we're not talking about the weight loss, but we're talking about anything in life, anything. It could be, maybe you want to buy a house. You start with smaller house, and maybe then your dream is to have a big house, right? It doesn't matter what it is, but it has to be a goal. It has to be something that you going towards, that you driving towards. Like, our goal as a family, as a freak family, was always to have a freedom in life. Like, how can we create the freedom? What is behind the World Freedom Stand? Well, working from anywhere in the world, right? So we can travel with the kids. Our goal was to, not even then, we didn't even think about taking the kids out of school, but it fit this goal, this lifetime, the freedom that we can have financial freedom. We can buy things that we wanted to buy. We can explore the world. We can have a good amount of money so we can actually live the life that we wanted to, right? And this is the end goal. This is the final, like, how you're going to create this lifestyle that you want. Because sometimes we think about attainable goals. We think about short-term goals, but the short term might not be enough. If you think big, if your goal is so outrageous, those small little victories will create the whole picture. Like, think about making a puzzle, right? You think about this big picture of the puzzle that you have, and you need to use these small little pieces to put one by one, especially when you're doing this 1,000 puzzle pieces, right? You put, and the picture slowly starts going together. So that's how you need to create those big dreams and not be afraid of it. Because, and how you should do them? By writing them down. And what we were doing with our challenge, we actually thought about what was the goal as a family. When I thought about 419 pounds, this goal kind of scared me. So I said, you know what? If I am going to reach 200,000 pounds, I think I'm going to be good. Stay tuned, stay till the end of the show to find out how much I lifted, our family lifted, and other friends that lifted, because it's going to be a mind-blowing. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you're going to decide to take upon this challenge and do it yourself. So let us know, of course, comment down below. So guys, always start in goal in mind and write this goal. Have a journal, have something that you can look back and review those goals. Let me tell you, I have an amazing journal that I actually has been storing it for a few years right now. It's been probably 5 years. I'm coming to the end of this journal, and I've been journaling about all these amazing things. And when I look back recently, I saw that so many of these dreams happened. So don't be afraid to dream big. And write it down, because the connection that you create between your hand and your writing is incredible. You're kind of starting to see and opening up to the idea that this is possible. It's different when we just keep these goals in our head. We need to write them. We need to see them. We need to put our action towards them. Rule and lesson number 2. Once you reach your goal, do not stop, because there is another level of you. You are maybe a 1.0, a version of you. There is a 2.0, 3.0. So there is always another level. Either is in weight loss and toning your body, achieving another job, going for another job. It doesn't matter. Creating a company, there is always a next level of you. So just because you reach a certain level, don't stop. And it was incredible when, well, for me, it took me a whole night, whole day. We started at noon, and we went to noon the next day. It took me the entire challenge to reach 230,000 pounds and change. That was a little bit over, but 230,000 pounds, it took me a whole night. So when I reached that goal of 200,000 pounds and I saw other people still going, what really was cool was that throughout the challenge, we had people coming into the house. We had people logging in, some on Zoom. They were on Zoom the whole time. Some of them, they were coming in and leaving. So the fact that the new fresh group will come, it would give me that motivation, that push to go to another level. So sometimes when we reach that goal, earlier and we think, you know what, this is it. I don't need to push anymore. So maybe you need to surround yourself with higher achievers, surround yourself with people that will push you, surround yourself with action, because that might be something significant for you to go to the next level. What else you can think of? Like, think about, okay, you lost the weight, you achieved this weight loss, you have maybe a big goal in mind, but you cut this goal into small chunks and you lost a half of this. But there is always another level. So don't stop because you achieved that partial goal, because there is another level. There's always an improvement waiting for us, but we don't know until we're going to go into action. Number 3, communication is the key, guys. The communication with your loved ones. Now, doesn't matter what you do. Remember, these lessons can be applied to anything, can be applied to leadership, communication at home, communication with your partner, your kids. Communication is the key. And why I'm saying this, because I had a partner during the challenge, and we didn't completely communicate on, for instance, when we should take the breaks. If I am taking a break, do you want to take the break? This is specifically about the challenge, right? But like, think about communication at work. Think about communication on a leadership level. When we clearly say our vision, what we expect, what we want it to be. Like, let me go back for a second and think about, like, when we were running the bootcamp boxing facilities, we would have literally once a month, we would have a meeting with our team, and we would present always the breaking point in the beginning, and then like kind of a fun opening in front of before we started the meeting, something like a breaker, to kind of loosen up the team. And then we would tell them about our goals, what our big vision is. We would be specific. And if there were any changes that are happening at both locations, at our gyms, we would be very clear about them, so the team would know what is the next step, right? If the price would change, we would tell them about it. There were so many different things that would have to obviously go about it and talk about it, but the communication is the key. The more specific you are, the better you are. So sometimes we forget about this because we think, oh, if I know, the other person know, but it's not like this. And today is a perfect example. Let me give you an example of what happened today. It's pretty crazy. So on Friday, we sometimes go together as a family to the gym. Sometimes we are not. But today, for some reason, I thought that me, my husband, my son would go to the gym, and my daughter was taking a camp, right? The sports camp. I assumed this in my head without communicating with them and confirming and asking. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, we're going to leave a little bit later so I can work in the morning, do my 5%, do what I need to do. And then we're going to drive together. Well, I didn't ask them. What happens is my son said, I'm not going to the gym. My husband said, I'm going to go a little bit later. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he says to me, we're not going to be working out together. I'm like, oh, okay. So my plan had to change within the minutes and I had to adjust. So communication is the key, guys. You need to ask questions. You need to communicate well. You need to know what's coming up next. Number 4, understand that the intensity will change. So no matter what you do, like think about weight loss. Sometimes you start weight loss and within the first week, because you eat so clean, you hydrate, you work out, you're so motivated, out of nowhere, you're losing like 10 to 20 pounds. I've had people, remember like today, I had that new client. He started the program with me. He texts me after the first week and he says, I lost 20 pounds. My mind was blown away. And you know how he did it? He just literally stopped going to McDonald's. This guy had to lose over 150 pounds. That was the goal that he had in mind. But he was going to McDonald's every single day. He was driving to McDonald's every single day. He would eat 5 meals at McDonald's. Out of nowhere, he replaced this with good protein shakes, chicken salads, and other things. I'm giving him the whole plan, what he has to do. This guy, a young guy, loses 25 pounds within a week. I mean, think about it, how powerful it is, because he switched all these things. But here we go. In the first week, he was motivated. What happens in a week, second and third? The weight loss was not the same. It's never the same. First of all, not necessarily the motivation can go and deflate. I always think like a balloon, you pump the balloon and out of nowhere, the air goes out right after a few days. It's not as solid and thick and pumped. It's the same here. Your body will be losing the weight in a different way. So the results are different. The intensity is changing. And when I'm talking about the intensity in the challenge, obviously the intensity of my lifting has changed. But I'm so happy that I started with semi-heavy because I had a good energy. I had a good flow. And for the first 5 hours, I was lifting good amount of weight. But later in the challenge, this amount has changed because I wasn't able to keep up the same intensity as I was. Right? What about other areas of your life? Maybe sometimes think about it like even leadership or creating something. If you are an entrepreneur like me, you have better days, you have a little bit less good days, right? Like everyone. Sometimes you have a great flow. Sometimes you have a great intensity. Sometimes, everything is going the right way. Maybe you're putting a good funnel, you're getting great marketing ideas, the customers are flowing, your pipeline is filled, and then something happens. The intensity is changing, and we need to be prepared for it, that these fluctuations happen, like in life, like the waves in the oceans, right? It's never flat. It changes. So adjust accordingly, and always keep in mind, the positive mental attitude is the key. The PMA in everything. Sometimes we forget that. But I have this cool little poster on my wall. It says, breathe on the side and then say, stay positive and have a positive mind. A reminder to stay positive no matter what. Now, number 4, eat well and stay hydrated. Either you are in a challenge like we were, or even if you are working at work, at your desk, you should be eating light. You should be eating those 5 meals that are high in protein, low in fat, and low in carbs. Eat the good carbs if they're coming from fruits and vegetables, but don't eat the crappy carbs that will slow down your metabolism, spike up your insulin level, and you're not feeling good. So any type of bread, pasta, rice should be removed if you want to lose weight or if you want to keep up the great energy. And of course, stay hydrated. Drink water. Drink at least a gallon of water, guys. I drank 3 gallons of water. It was crazy, but this was during the challenge. And but obviously the challenge is not every day. But what I see from people a lot of times, even not my customers, my clients a lot of times, and I have to remind them of it, when you work, have water by you, have a huge jug by you, have some protein bar, have a shake by your desk, so you will never go long hours without eating, because this is the worst thing that you can do. You're gonna kill your metabolism. You're gonna chop down metabolism if you're not gonna be eating 5 meals, guys. Remember the magic 5. We're talking about weight loss and looking strong, you looking fit. This is for life formula. This is not something that it's on and off. Like some people eat more to then eventually to build the muscle and then to lose the weight. No, we're talking about constantly. And why protein? Like during the challenge, I had amazing protein donuts that a friend of mine is making, amazing, and she actually delivers, so I can drop some link in there if you guys were looking for some amazing protein donuts. So she delivered those to us, and we had such a good snack, light snack. Yogurts, right? We had some granola, we had some fruits, watermelon, but this was obviously an intense challenge. For those of you who are not working as intensely, you still need to remember staying hydrated, because a lot of times entrepreneurs, I see this, they become unhealthy. Why? Because they work many hours, they don't eat well, they don't hydrate well, they go throughout the whole day of that high intensity stress, anxiety, they stop eating. Because a lot of times when you're anxious, you don't have the appetite, right? But then what happens after a few hours, you kind of relax, and then the fridge keeps on opening, and you can't stop that motion. You can't stop that motion of eating. So let's watch for this. Remember, eating well, this is a formula for life. Never missing a breakfast as well. Number 5, resilience is the key. Doesn't matter what you do. In this challenge, I had to remind myself that this is a long ride. This is a 24 hours nonstop exercise if I want to get to my goal. So think about it. Weight loss is the same. Weight loss, it's not such a thing as you arriving as you're at your destination and you stopping. Because if you arrive at your destination and you're going to stop, you're going to gain the weight back. That's what's called the effect yo-yo. Most people do that. They lose the weight. They arrive at their destination. I look great. Now I can go back eating pizza. No, guys, this is not how it works. It will never work. You gotta think, if you put so much work into it, you need to think, this is my lifestyle. And besides, what if the struggle? Like, think about it. You're already getting into these amazing habits, amazing rituals to not eat something bad. Your body is already feeling good. You're getting this amazing energy. You're getting, your skin is glowing. Your body is losing that fat. And then out of nowhere, you arrive, such a hard work, and out of nowhere, you think, now I can eat. So it doesn't work like this. The same, it doesn't work if you are an entrepreneur, right? It's a long ride. It's a marathon. It's always another level. We reach one peak, we can go to the valley, but there is another peak in front of us. It's like that ongoing hike. It will never end. Life is like a hike. You go up, you go down. There are mountains, there are valleys, right? There is an ongoing process. So we got to think that the resilience is when we going up that hill. The resilience is when we see the top, but we're not there yet. And knowing that this will come again. The perseverance in anything. Like if I would have to list it, all the struggles that we've had, I think I would have written a book by now. If I would have listed all the struggles that I had in my life, there were many of them. I know that you have many struggles, but somehow you overcame them. I hope you did. And if you are listening or watching this right now and you're going through something, remember that few weeks from now, few months from now, you're going to look at this and you're going to be like, Maybe I wasted too much time on this. Maybe I was too stressed about it. Maybe I didn't look at my options, what's there in front of me, because there is always a way. There's always a way to make something better, right? Number 6, make big, bold moves. That's why I told you, if you need to lose weight, you need to think about the big picture and then chop it down to those smaller chunks. But don't be afraid of dreaming. My clients, we always talk about these big, bold moves, the big, bold dreams that you have, that they have. Why wouldn't we? Because then we can see, okay, what are the little small moves that we need to go towards the big, bold moves? Like, think about this challenge. I started with big movements. If I would have started with bicep curls, I would have never gotten there. But I started with deadlift, with chest press, with bent over rows. Those are big, bold moves, big movements to get me through the challenge. And literally, we finished with those tiny, tiny little movements. So guys, don't be afraid of jumping into something big. Maybe you have an opportunity in front of you right now that it's waiting. Maybe there is some kind of a great connection that you have with someone, but you worry about the status of the person, or reaching out to them, or giving someone idea just because you haven't done it, just because you were not there in those shoes anymore, not yet. And you think, I cannot give this person an idea. Don't be afraid of this. Be bold. Ask. Don't be afraid of asking. Don't be afraid of reaching out. Don't be afraid of dreaming big and going for that high peak that is in front of you. Number 7, everything starts in our head and finishes in your head. What I mean by that, all these thoughts that we have come out from here. They don't come out from the heart. This is the headquarters. Your head is your headquarters. So you need to think positively, and you need to always realize, if I'm thinking negatively, I'm always only doing myself disservice. How can I live my life to think so negatively? Because of what? Because I was brought up in some lies, because I believed in something that somebody else told me. I need to erase this and start over. I need to think positively. All these doubts, all these fears, all these moments when we feel tired, exhausted, can be overcome. That's what we did. My hardest point during the challenge was at midnight. That's always the hardest for me. It's not about lifting weights. It's about my head, me being tired, because I need sleep. That's how I am. But when I look back years ago, guys, I would stay up. If you watched my previous episode, famous Alcatraz, I would go out all night. I would be dancing all night. We're talking about 7 p.m. all the way to 7 a.m. I mean, that's some resilience. That's some conditioning right there. And we need to train our conditioning, right? So that's why we do such a crazy workouts with our family. But it's never easy. That's the point. It will never be easy. But if you approach this, you know what? I just need to approach this hour. That's it. And then another hour. It's going to be easier. Number 8, have fun along the way, because we stress so much, we worry so much, and then we forget that life is going. The clock is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. It's going. And if you stress all day long, you're wasting your precious moments. You're wasting your precious life. So you got to smile and think, you know what? I can't stress. I need to have fun along the way. Of course, stay focused, but enjoy the ride that you're going through, because this ride that you have right now will be something that will stay in your memory and something that you're going to be thinking about. So do you want to think good or you want to think bad? Like, think about it. In a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, in a year from now, you're going to be thinking about that moment. And if I would think that this 24-hour was a stress for me, what good is that? Was it hard? Yes. But let me tell you, the more exhausted I got, the more fun I actually had. I don't even know what we were talking about. We had a blast with my friend. We had a blast with the family. We were just joking around. And I think these people on Zoom, they were like, what the heck is going on? We got to mute these girls. So I hope you guys have a good time if you were with us on Zoom and you were cracking up and laughing, or maybe you were in your own zone and cracking your own jokes. So that's how it works, but you gotta have fun along the way. Be silly, because like, look, when we had our training centers, let me tell you, those of you who were part of the peak community, the peak physique, you know what I'm talking about. They were the best parties in town. If I tell you they were the best, they were the best. It was better than a club. I mean, people wanted to be a part of any kind of challenge because they knew it, that at the end of the challenge, either it was a 6-week challenge or 28-day challenge or hot mommy makeover, there was a party. And let me tell you how I did the hot mommy makeover. I would hire photographers. I would hire a makeup artist. I would hire hairstylists. And these people that would lose that weight, these women, I would make them feel special, great. They would get bouquet of flowers. They would be going through the makeovers, and I would be there along the way with them. And they would have pictures taken at the end, so they would feel acknowledged, special, appreciated, and one of a kind. And people would love it. In the 6 weeks challenge, we would do a party. We would have amazing food coming in. We would have amazing, incredible local stores, local partners that would partner with us. There was edible arrangements. There was Massage Envy. I mean, you name it, big brands that I would take care of. I would go out there and make connections with them, and we would have a blast. The music was pumping. We had the best DJ in the world, and I hope that he's out there. If you listen to me right now, I want to say thank you. Actually, I want to say thank you to all of you who contributed to our Peak Physique for all these years, because I know that people will be listening. People will be coming here to have that vibe, to feel it again, to realize it, how much they miss it, because our peak is online right now. It's actually advanced peak. It doesn't we no longer call it peak physique. We call it the operate to dominate in your mind, body, and business, because it's a next level. Obviously, we don't do the parties right now, but you don't know what's going to come out of the next level of the operate to dominate. I already recently did such an amazing event for the Freak Female Alliance when we had in-person event. If you haven't watched some videos, make sure that you watch some shorts, some videos from this event. And this happened in what year? 2023. I forgot for a second. So guys, have fun along the way. Number 9, allow the time for recovery. I did not allow myself such a huge recovery, but I'm so thankful that we actually sit in jacuzzi and relax and talk and brainstorm. This time I didn't hop into the ice bath. I just did the ice bath a week before the challenge, even less, few days before. But I think ice bath, jacuzzi during a challenge is something incredible. Even massage chair. And we have a massage chair upstairs and we didn't use it. I think our brain was like, we got to go. But you need the time for recovery. So think about it. Time for recovery in anything. Like so many entrepreneurs, they go. Where is your self-care time on your schedule? Like women. Women are a little bit better about it. However, moms struggle with it. So women are better, meaning they will go and get their hair done, their nails done, their, pedicure, manicure. They will go and get facials. Like, let me tell you, my self-care is very regimented. I go and get my facials every 6 weeks. I get my nails done. The hair, I recently discovered an awesome color, and I do it myself because I couldn't find a good color for myself doing this in a hair salon. However, before photo shoots, before main events, I go and do this. But the self-care, what else? What other self-care can you do? Massage, right? Do we go massage? Yes, we do ice bath. And obviously, the number one self-care is your workouts, guys. This is non-negotiable. This doesn't happen. I am so open about my age. I'm 46 years old. I don't feel it because my biological age, it's much less because I work out, because I eat healthy, because I take care of myself. You need to do it. So if you're listening to the show right now, please, I am a mom of 2 and I schedule the self-care on my schedule. My kids working out with me. So you can do this too. You need to have this time for recovery. And if you are an entrepreneur, especially, you need to have the time for recovery. For guys, your recovery might be your workout. Your recovery might be a walk. Your recovery might be going for a massage. I don't know, but you figure it out. Put that self-care on your to-do list and your schedule. Okay? Number 10, appreciate the people who are on the ride with you. I mean, we had people showing up in person. Thank you so much, guys. Bringing food, just being their own self and trying to really approach this challenge. I have a person flying from New York literally for this challenge with a little baby. She's not even 2 years old. And this mom flew here with her daughter. So think about it. All things are possible. All things are possible. So stop limiting yourself in your own head, because this is what is stopping you from achieving anything, is your own head. We have people on Zoom, and at the end, we were just saying thank you to everyone, right? Thank you to everyone. Appreciate them. We've been taking pictures. We didn't take enough pictures, obviously. Now that we are thinking about it, we need to literally have a checklist of what we need to do. But we need to enjoy the ride. And like I mentioned before, the people that were our clients at the gym, they were appreciated every single year. Every single person would get our collection of clothing with a beautiful box with our colors that we had at the gym, beautifully wrapped with a sticker, with a card, handwritten card to each customer. Now, if you have a company, do you do this? Do you appreciate your people? Do you appreciate your customers? I mean, nowadays, a lot of times companies, especially clothing companies, will give you like discounts and other things. But let me tell you, there is nothing like receiving a gift. Receiving a gift, not a discount. Discount is not the same. Receiving a gift, it's a totally different level of appreciation. And we did this for every single client. Today, we do the same. We send gifts to our clients for their birthday. We send gifts to our clients for their anniversary. We do that. And you need to do the same. So maybe handwritten card, some appreciation, start today. 11, the hardship will come, guys. No matter how try you avoid this, expect the breakdown. Expect the breakthrough as well. Because in order for you to create something new, that breakdown has to happen. That has to happen into little pieces that you have to put yourself back together and create the new you out of you. That's what it is. So for me, it was the midnight. It was so hard for me to go to the next level, but I did it. And I'm super thankful for it. And how I did that, by really concentrating about 1 hour by hour. And again, just needing sleep. But what does this mean? Hardship will come in your life. There will be moments that unexpected things will happen, right? Sometimes you lose that weight and you gain the weight. Might be something different. You don't know. But in other areas of our life, like I remember, guys, when we started, I started with Bootcamp, a boxing location. We were $25,000 behind the rent. We opened up a location, we didn't have money. Think about it, the level of thinking that we need to do in order to overcome this. This was absolutely insane. And we did it. We reached out to other resources. We were searching online. We were hiring coaches, even if we didn't have the money. But hardship will come and you need to be prepared for it. And again, what will help you? Positive mental attitude. Okay? Enjoy the world around you, because the world is ticking. I was looking at the sunset and at the sunrise. It was such an amazing feeling to see the sun going down and the sun going up again. and being grateful that I'm just there to watch it and work out, and feeling the coldness, the coolness of the air, and appreciating the stars and the moon that was there. And it would give us some shadow, because for a few hours we were without sun, because let me tell you, over 100 degrees blasting sun here in California. So enjoy the world around you. When you work, when you are an entrepreneur, you need to go out there and see the world. You need to take a walk. And not always you need to have your headphones on. Sometimes you just need to listen to the birds. When I get up in the morning and I see the birds and I pay attention to it, just recently I was like, wow, where are they? Because they've been so quiet. There used to be a bird that would wake me up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, little birdie, I mean, you picked the time. I get up at 5. Can you give me a little bit time? I mean, come on, 4 a.m. and this bird would just go on and on like crazy. And then the other bird would come. Now they're gone. Where are they? I don't know. They moved out. But you need to see the world around you. You need to appreciate. You need to have the time off. Number 13, don't compare yourself to others. People might be ahead of you, but work within your own self. Because there is no one else to beat other than you. Because if you start worrying about competition, what others doing, I mean, be aware, but don't be obsessed about others. Because what are you going to do? You're going to lose your precious creativity on wasting time what others do. Instead, create your own life. Push towards your own goals. And this was helpful throughout our own life, because people always worry, check, and want to be up to date with others, what others do. Freaking stop wasting that time and scrolling social media. Work on your own project. What are you working? The same here. I could not worry about what other people doing. They were inspiration for me. They were motivation for me as well when they were moving. But here is the thing. What if these motivated people out of nowhere will stop? Will you stop? You can't stop. And this is the thing. A lot of people rely on that external motivation from others. They will be losing weight because the coach is there. They will be accountable because always somebody is there. But imagine if you could create your own accountability. Obviously, there wouldn't be no more coaches. So people need that. But you can't purely rely on someone else. This is your life. You need to be in charge of it, and you need to find the internal motivation. What motivates you? By now, you should know. If you don't know, you gotta search the soul. You gotta dig deep and find out what it is that motivates you. And do we have sometimes moments that we feel better or a little bit worse? Absolutely, because we humans. We can't go at the same level of vibrancy all the time. However, I think that something like this can be learned, can be found within you. Like I will tell you, I love doing podcasts that are challenging for me. I love doing any kind of Zoom or teachings. They fulfill me. They help me out because I am helping others. If I give a good content, I'm helping you to get better. So this is a victory for me. This propels me to be better, propels me to lift my vibration, propels me to feel better, so I can go to the next level and I can find better ways to help you. Number 14, all of us have the same battle. The fears, the doubts, feeling tired, feeling sore in the sense of this challenge. We were all facing it. Not even one person would be without it. All of us had these fears, and all of us had these soreness. What's gonna happen? How I'm gonna feel it? So during life, during this journey, we're gonna have the same battle. And I think it's easier if we know that other people struggles like we are. 15, do not concentrate on the problems, because sometimes if I would feel that I'm feeling sore throughout this whole journey, I don't know if I would, what I've realized, if I'm feeling sore, I'm concentrating on the soreness. It was so hard for me to lift the weight. I've realized that if I can get my energy up if I don't feel of the soreness, I need to engage my muscle, do a little bit more, clear my head, and lift that weight again. And this helped me. And out of nowhere, I've realized that I was able to lift, to press the bench at the same level as I was pressing before. So I started with 45 pounds and I finished 45 pounds. However, I was not lifting 20. I was now doing 20 reps. I was doing only 10. So like we were saying, the intensity will change. The amount of reps will change. And that's why we need recovery. Everything goes together, right? But that's what got me through the challenge. Not concentrating, again, about the negative, concentrating about the positive. And you need to do the same in every area of your life. If you cannot lose the weight, try not to think about it. If you weigh yourself every day and being obsessed, maybe this is not a good way. Maybe do it once a week. Because if you start concentrating on the negative, it's going to slow your process down. You got to push the positivity. You got to pull the positivity inside out to help you battle these problems, these obstacles, and they will arrive, but they are always there. Like when we think about it, there's always something. There are some fires that needs to be pushed down, right? So the last one is 16. Doing hard things build your confidence. And we forget about this because we are sometimes so scared to try something new, try to something hard, but doing hard things build your confidence. There's no other way. Like think about it. If you're going to be doing all the time the easy things, if you all the time eating wrong, you're going to have, obviously you're not going to feel good. But if you out of nowhere decide, I'm going to lose a few pounds, what's going to happen? You're going to build your confidence. The same here. Maybe you want to try to build a business. Maybe you want to try to scale your business. It's the same thing. You're going to do hard things, reach out to people, call the customers, maybe write an email, write something difficult, maybe writing a book. I don't know what your goal is, but doing something hard, you're going to look at it and you're going to feel like, wow, this wasn't as hard as I thought, but I feel more confident. Because why? Because you build your competence inside of it. You learn few things. So your confidence level is higher because you have more knowledge about it. So guys, probably the list could be endless. So again, thank you so much for participating, watching this episode, liking this episode, sharing with your friends, and making sure that you give me some good reviews, because believe it or not, that really raise the rankings in podcasts. So please like and share. And remember that the superhero is inside all of you. You just need to discover it and live with passion and purpose. No excuses.